Man, Faison podcast back with my brother. You already know.
Yes, sir.
We in the building, brother. We in the building, man. We back at it.
Yeah, man. And we got some new angles for y'all. It was good.
New angles. You already know.
You see me better. And we got new mics coming and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the change up. The change up is real.
Trying to make some changes.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to elevate. We're going to elevate in this space, bro. As you already know, man. Like, share, subscribe. Faison podcast. Thank you guys for the supporters. Continue.
Much appreciated.
Bro, we back in school. The deep side is crazy.
Man, it's different for me. It's not different for you. Like,
why is it different for you?
Because I'm a whole science teacher now. I never really wanted to teach. I'm great with kids. Like, I like kids, but I never really wanted to teach.
It's in your calling, bro. Accept the calling. Accept the calling. He never really wanted to teach, but you actually, honestly, you are actually a good teacher. You just don't know.
I can be good at multiple things.
Yeah, for sure. You are good at multiple things.
I gave a whole sermon. People want me to preach. No.
Yeah, you did an amazing job as well too.
I want to make games. I can teach as well, but I want to make games. I'll do whatever the Lord wants. I was
about to say, just whatever the Lord wants.
I think this is just another stepping stone to where he's trying to get me. My parents were telling me that the other day. It was like, everybody wants this. It's like their path, and like life just doesn't do that. It never does this. It's always like, and then you still might get there, but you're gonna have to do this a couple of different times, different ways. Like, it doesn't just, so. Absolutely. But yeah, man, like, it's just the preparation for it is different. Like you're used to, like, you got a whole college.
I'm used to it, bro. But the lesson plans, the everything, bro. Now we get to really, I honestly see what teachers used to go through when we were coming up.
Exactly.
And guess what I seen, as you know, we both went to the same school, high school, but I seen Miss Buck the other day.
Oh.
I love Miss Buck, bro. I love Miss Buck. Like, and Miss Buck was just telling me, like, dag, like, because we were in a business conference, and she was just telling me, like, dag, now you see what I see. Now you see I have an understanding of managing 20 to 30 students and still trying to accommodate all learners, different attitudes, different personalities.
Sorry. You got older kids though, so it's much easier. I got 4th and 5th graders.
Oh yeah, that's different.
It's
You're
different.
Right. That is.
And I'm teaching science, so it's like other than animals, I don't really care for science, but it's like, I can read and project. But my kids love me, so like I just try to add my own thing to it. You know what I'm saying? Got the anime vibes in there. I got to do that. I got to do that.
But I feel like that's a good thing though, bro. Like, honestly, I feel like that's one of your callings as well. You can do multifaceted in different things, but I feel like that's one of your callings also, because like we both wouldn't say we're well versed, like, just to be a strict or a straight teacher, but also in the aspect, bro, our communication with kids, we like they really love us, bro. We are like role models, and then like we can relate to them. Yeah. A lot of teachers. And
I try doing that. I'm trying to make sure I can relate to my kids like as much as I can.
And then we young black man at that. Know, in this field, I know you are aware now. It's more of a woman-dominated field with teachers, and especially as like black males, bro.
But my students at my other school, I know they mad at me. Only about 3 of them got the news I wasn't coming back. I know they got there on the first day this week. They was like, "Where Mr. Holmes at?"
I forgot. Everybody you started this week. I mean, hey, bro, you got to elevate.
It happened last minute. It wasn't like I planned. Because I told them at first I wasn't coming back because I wasn't planning on doing the school system at all. And then, the whole condo situation came up. So I needed to get my job back. So I got the job back. And then over the summer, the opportunity presented itself. So I was like, well, pay raise. I need to be able to afford my place. That's really what it's about. Like, I feel like, you can be good at something, but I feel like as far as a calling, there should be some type of like love and joy there. And I do not have a love for this at all. Like, even at the other school, even this week, I've been dreading this whole thing. And I just been trying to I'm trying to fight my attitude, and it's hard because it's like you don't want to poo-poo on what God is doing.
For sure.
Because you just never know. And I've already experienced that when I work with preschoolers. Like, that last day really hit me hard about what God has done. It's just a relationship with those kids that I gained. So I'm just trying to take it with a grain of salt and just see what God is doing. I haven't stopped game shift. Games are gonna keep rolling for sure. Definitely, the dream is to make games. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to change my attitude. But like it's like I really don't like teaching. So it's like I feel like when something is your calling, there should be some type of love for it. And for me, like, there's just like no love for this at all, at all. So but I'm here, I'm trying to see what God is doing. So
absolutely. And then, like, honestly, bro, you don't know it because you're in the moment, but you changing lives.
Yeah.
And that's what you really did for. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand it just not being your calling. Like I said, bro, and I know we have different paths, but we was into sports, bro. We didn't think this swift transition later in life would hit us like this in regards to teaching. But it's joyful, but it's also like, too, what you saying, bro, it's a tedious job, and it's like
man, like I gotta go home after this and freaking
right. You gotta calculate.
Try to get my stuff together for Friday, right. And then I gotta work on getting my stuff together for next week, and it's just like, oh my gosh, yeah, I miss being able to just walk in the building and I knew what I was doing. You know, the kids cuss you out, but like you get used to that, like it's whatever. But you know, less responsibility. But I get it. You know, I think God is trying to do some things with me because everything I learned about running a business, I learned from working with my preschoolers, especially Drayden. Like, you know, I feel like you need to work for somebody in order to learn how to be. You don't just jump into that because you learn, you know, how to deal with people. That's a part of being a boss. You learn what kind of boss you don't want to be.
Correct.
From watching your boss. You learn what kind of boss you do want to be. Everything I learned about running my business, I learned from Drayden because most of my friends, like yourself, like you are in business with yourself. You make bracelets. It just involves you. Like Sean makes clothes. That really just involves him. He doesn't have a team of folks. Richie does real estate. But like me, I have a team of folks. Like I deal with people. Correct. Like I have people who I watch and I manage. And so like working with those preschoolers taught me how to like deal with different personalities. Like Carson's not the same as Jacoby, even though they hang out every day. Anastasia is not like Brooke. Brooke is not like Connor.
Correct.
Connor's not JB. It taught me how to deal with like time. Because like you have 24 kids in their room, 8 hours, and they all want your time. They're 3, 4, and 5, and they all love you. They all want your time. So within those 8 hours, you have to find a way to give your time to these 24 kids.
For sure.
You know,
and that's tough.
And even with that, it teaches you like how to, like patience. Like they teach you patience, especially Drayden. Drayden, he's my little brother now. Drayden taught me patience more than anybody because he needed me. Like he literally needed me. All those kids needed me, but he needed me more because he was lacking in so many things at the time, and it was up to me to help him get further along. And I had to be patient. I never potty trained a kid in my entire life, but I had to potty train Drayden, and so I had to be patient with him.
Correct.
He was 3, and me and him, neither one of us had done this before, so I had to be patient with him. And the last thing I'll say I learned is just like how do I put this into words? So there's patience, and there's different personalities, and just dang, it was one more thing. I can't think of it right now, but it'll come to me at some point. But yeah, man, just everything I learned about running my business, I learned from those little kids. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was it. Being a servant, being a leader is not just you're the guy who tells everybody what to do. You're a servant, So and working with kids, especially kids that small, teaches you how to serve because there's a lot of giving of yourself. They're 3, 4, and 5. Mr. Holmes, will you tie my shoe? Mr. Hugh, will you put on my jacket? Mr. Hugh, he hit me. Mr. Hugh, will you play with me? Mr. Hugh, can you help me? Mr. Hugh, I can't reach this. Like it's a lot of giving all day. Like you are constantly in service to them. They need you. They can't do it without you. And so like those are definitely trying to see what God is doing in this space. So yeah, man, we back at school.
Yep, absolutely back at school. And everything you said, everything has its purpose. Everything has its purpose. For real. Hey, bro.
What's good?
World champion, 100 meters, 4x100. Put some respect on her name.
Shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson.
Shout out to her, bro. And she's been on the tear. So even before she just got this gold medal,
she was coming from wild. Because everybody, listen, you gotta respect it.
Gotta respect it.
You gotta respect it.
And guess what? Everybody was hating on her at a point in time. The jokes to the music to everything, bro. She just got in her zone. Disappeared for a minute, and sometimes that's what you gotta do, bro.
Sometimes you just gotta disappear real quick.
For real, bro. You gotta revamp your whole, bro.
Because you know what it was? I don't think it was her. I think it was the fact that when she lost, the camera immediately went to her. Correct. And it was like, okay, when does the loser ever get interviewed?
That's true, too.
You feel me?
Facts.
I think that's what made it worse. And then it was the fact that she was like, I'm not done this one race. People didn't like this. Like, girl, you lost. Why are we interviewing you? They won. And I
guess what? It made it even better. God had a plan for her because full circle. Who did she beat?
She beat them.
All right.
And what's crazy, it didn't even look like she was going to beat them. She came out of nowhere. At the last second.
In the ninth lane, that's almost impossible to do in terms of track.
Yeah.
In terms of track, the 100 meter, you already at disadvantage being in lane 9.
Mm-hmm.
Undoubtedly, because at first when I seen it, bro, I just seen go. I didn't even see Sha'Carri at
all. I didn't see her at all. I just saw the two Jamaicans out front.
Yeah, I just seen them out front, and then
she came out of
nowhere. The last 10 seconds, the burners, bro. Like
I thought it was a tie. They said no.
I thought it was too.
They said nope. She won. I was like, oh. You got tilt your hat to her.
Absolutely, and it was dope to actually see them also embrace each other.
Yeah.
We also have, it's like an underline between Americans and you know how like Jamaicans or Africans. It's like an underlining, like I wouldn't say like a hate, but it's like one is like on side. I feel like you're privileged, and one I feel like you feel like I'm not accepted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that blend and mix. We all the same color,
Facts.
and we all family. We may be repping a different country, but we all the same, you know what I'm saying? Same bloodline for real. So I just felt like that was dope as well too. Like
speaking of the Olympics and track, you know
and shout out to the man. Shout out to the man.
Shout out to the man for sure. But no allows. You're ignorant, bro. You bugging out here, man. First of all, before we even get into what he said, let's get into why he said it. Because he had just did something that only Usain Bolt has done.
Correct.
He won all 3 of these events. So shout out to him for that. Shout out to Noah Lyles for that. But it's like, why? I don't even know why he brought the NBA up. Because what's crazy, he said, you know what hurts you the most? Let's stop right there. What do you mean what hurts you the most? Why does that bother you so much?
And let me use this moment to talk about America I just repped and won for America.
But we use this moment to talk about basketball, even though I'm a track runner. That makes no sense. So I didn't even understand that. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that. Also, let's start with that. Mm-hmm. Then he went to, they're not world champions. They're NBA champions. All this. That's like listen, bro. Damn. You don't and you know what's crazy, Leak? I didn't realize how many people needed this explained to them until it hit the internet. And everybody's like, well, he's right. He didn't lie. And I was like, wait a minute. This needs to be explained?
At all, bro.
So what's your take on it before we explain to our viewers why they're called world champions?
My thing is just that. My take on it instantly, I was like, what is he talking about? Because the athletes that are in the NBA, it's only about 1% to 2%
that make it,
and it's only about 1 to 2% that are better than them in the world.
These are the best basketball players in the world play in the NBA.
Correct.
Oh, they play there for more money. Yes, but they also play there because that's the best competition.
Exactly.
And every single one of those guys will tell you that.
Correct.
Luka will tell you that. Giannis will tell you that. Doak will tell you that. He said, "Oh yeah, it's harder to score at our league, but make no mistake, the best players are here in this league."
By far.
You know, and it's the best guys in the world. Like Joker is the 2-time MVP. Joel just won MVP. He's from Africa. Giannis is the 2-time MVP. He's from Greece. Luka is incredible. Shea is from Canada.
Correct.
You know, so the best guys in the world play here, but we're the best league in the world. Like, make no mistake, whoever wins the NBA championship is the best basketball team in the world.
And to your point, who won the NBA championship is Jokic.
And Jamal Murray, who's from Canada.
Come on now. They came from wherever they're from over here because what you just said.
But it's
the
like
best competition.
There's no I'm telling you, there's no other competition as far as like basketball. Because people are saying, so for them to be the world, they need to play the world. We do play the world. And we win the gold every year.
We're in the Olympics right now.
We don't even, you know what's crazy? The best players in our league aren't even on the team this year.
That's a fact.
There's not even and we're wiping the floor with everybody.
We kind of got like the B, and I ain't trying no disrespect to them. They could be A-level superstars, but they like the B-level superstars of the league. You know,
as far as the team,
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, like no disrespect. Anthony Edwards, dog. He's showing it.
But they all are not. It's not one.
They're not the NBA superstars.
Exactly, the superstars.
Like none of the top 15 guys are playing. I just read a tweet that said Adam Silver says Dallas is going to play whoever. Dallas Mavericks is going to play whoever wins the Euro championship.
Oh, for real?
That's a tweet. I don't know if it's true. That's a tweet I saw.
I mean, that'd be fine.
That's them boys got to check Kyrie.
Oh yeah, it's toast. Oh yeah, you're right. It's toast. I forgot Kyrie re-signed with
the boys got to check Kyrie Irving. Like, I don't want, like, you know what's crazy? I think even though, like, so for those who don't understand, like we just said, the best players in the world play on this league. Mm-hmm. We're the best league in the world. Because even without the foreign stars, we wipe the floor with the rest of the world in the Olympics. So it's like, yes, you are the world champs. But I think what other people don't realize is the rest of the world already knows that. You know how I know? Because before in the 90s, they wouldn't even let the pros play in the Olympics. Mm-hmm. They would have the overseas pros play.
Yep,
and they were playing against our college guys,
like
18, 19-year-old.
Yes,
and yeah, you playing Michael Jordan, but they're not NBA vets. They're not NBA bred yet. They're kids. Mm-hmm. And like, you guys they knew, because they knew what would happen.
Correct.
They knew what would happen.
I never even looked at it like that. You're right.
Like, they knew what would happen. And so when we fought for that, exactly they knew what would happen, happened. Because now, look, let's start with 1992, the very first team. 11 Hall of Famers on one team. And the icing on the cake, Malik, the best player in college basketball at the time, Christian Laettner, was also on that team.
He was. Like,
you guys have to play the best player in the world, Michael Jordan, and the second best player in the world at the time, Charles Barkley, on the same team. Absolutely. Regular NBA teams didn't have to deal with that.
No, and then you got people that are superstars that don't even get the ball. Back then you had what's it called? You have Larry Bird, Magic. Even though they were in their later prime, they're still Larry Bird and Magic. You had Clyde Drexler. You had what's your boy?
Malone was on that team. David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, because Jamaica doesn't have a basketball team.
Stop it.
Then in 2008, we rolled out a team that had Kobe Bryant and LeBron James on it at the same time. Like, again, regular NBA teams don't have to deal with this. None. You think you got a shot?
Never.
Like,
Kobe and LeBron on the same
team? Dwayne Wade come off the bench? You don't even get a break.
Off the bench.
You don't even get a break. And he led them in points.
Dwayne Wade coming off the bench.
He led them in points, Malik, and he came off the bench. Jason Kidd, Dwight Howard in the post. Like, stop it, man. Melo, stop it, man.
Right.
This is the bet, I promise you. We had dudes on our team that would knock over their teammates just to win a game. Go watch the Redeem team, dog. Kobe Bryant went to visit Pau Gasol the day before. The very next day, he put him on his back to prove a point.
And bro, you know what this comes in conclusion to with Noah Lyles? I don't care how rich, famous, how popular you are, bro. Corny is corny.
Corny is corny.
Corny is corny. I mean, I don't care how you put it, bro.
Corny is corny.
Corny is corny. Because you thought you ate in that moment, bro.
You didn't have to do that.
You didn't have to.
You didn't have to do that at all. You made it about them. It should have been about you. You did something incredible.
Incredible, like something that hasn't
only
been done.
Usain Bolt has done.
Exactly. Like, come on, bro. Like,
we shouldn't even be talking about the NBA right now. We should be talking about you and your champion and your world record setting. But we talking about your NBA comments. And there's some guys. There's some NBA like. I don't know if you saw Gil's podcast. Gil was going crazy on this topic because the other dude, Brandon James, and them was saying it's not true. Like, Gil looking at them like, bro, we would smoke. So they like put an all foreign team together and then play all the American. Like, listen, an all international team on the NBA would be fired. But they wouldn't beat USA.
Barbecue chicken.
They just wouldn't beat us. You could have Luka at the point, right? Mm-hmm. Put. Who was the two guards? Shea at the two. Let's say Shea's from Canada. Yep. Shea at the two. Mm-hmm. Freaking who plays the three that's from overseas? I can't think.
A three from overseas.
I cannot think. I don't want to say Pascal Siakam, but there has to be a better three.
But that's a good one. That's about
Pascal Siakam. You could have Giannis at the 4.
Yep, Giannis at the 4 and Joker.
You could have Joker at the 5. You're still not beating a team with Steph Curry, freaking LeBron, KD,
Embiid,
Jason Tatum,
and Embiid.
They can have Embiid because Embiid's from overseas.
Oh, yeah, Embiid is from
overseas. We still have Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
We still got Anthony Davis. Like, you got Jason Tatum. You got freaking Jaylen Brown. You got Spider.
But at the end of the day, even on both teams, the fact of the matter is, with his statement is just so dumb, is because that's the world.
That's still the world.
The world
the best players in the world.
In the NBA,
thanks to the Dream Team, play in this league.
You know what I'm saying? And play in America, bro. I don't know what he just talking about.
Cause then what do you want them to do? You want the Denver Nuggets to wipe the floor with the rest of the world? You want 100 countries to play the Denver Nuggets? Mm. You want to watch a butt whooping? That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a butt whooping.
And ain't going to be nothing but that.
Listen, if we win the gold this year without our best players, I mean, this argument is already over whether we win or not. But like, if we win the league this year without our best players, like, don't ever bring this up. Trust us,
for sure.
We are better at basketball than you,
for sure.
You know, because people don't realize. So it's like it's a world title here because we're the best. It's a world title in football because no other country in the world plays football. It's better than us. it's a world title in baseball, because again, we're the best people playing. It's like, it's not called a world title in MLS because there's legitimately better competition in the world in soccer. Exactly. Brazil's won a couple times. The women's USA team has won a couple times.
That's the only,
Argentina won last year.
That's the only sport that's an anomaly, bro.
Like, boxing is up there too, but most times it's usually us that's the world champ. Yes, but there are plenty of international boxers that are good. Like, so that makes sense. There's legit competition in soccer in the rest of the world. Like, you can pinpoint who has won the World Cup a couple different times, different countries. But these other sports, we're pretty dominant.
Everybody don't need a mic. Everybody don't need to talk. That's what it comes down to. Everybody don't need to talk, bro. You just did something phenomenal, bro. And speaking of talking, man, this boy Skip Bayless in for one. He in for it, bro. I don't even know why you did that. You needed 3 to replace a legend, Shannon Sharpe, but you do have legends on the panel. But you got all alpha males. Y'all not gonna be able to speak to each other.
I didn't think this was gonna work. I think it'll work because after I saw it, I haven't seen them two together. I think it was gonna work because Skip and Sherman didn't even like each other. I think they're good now, but I was like, at the time,
in my opinion, I feel like that makes for a good dynamic. If it was just them two because they clash heads, now it becomes entertaining. But Michael Irvin and Keyshawn Johnson's legends, but they're also alpha males.
I don't think they're gonna be on the show full time.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be on the show full time, but it's just like within that type of show, just because of how it was structured, you want it to be like a intimate, close knit with back and forth between 1 and 2.
I'm interested to see. I think Sherman is starting at a perfect time. Football season's coming up.
Correct.
He knows his football. I'm interested to see how this show goes during basketball season because Shannon did a great job as far as like talking basketball. He watched the games. He understood. He knew what he was talking about. I'm not saying Sherman don't know basketball. Right. I've just never seen that side. Either. I'm interested to see that side of it.
That's true too.
Well, how is he going to act when basketball season starts? How will this show go then? So, but I'm excited for Shannon and Stephen A.
Oh yeah. I think they got the best. I think they got the best out of the trade. They got the best out of the trade. But I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Stephen A. Smith and Skip, they might have to get in the ring, bro. They might have to get in the ring. Come on, son. They've been going back and forth. Cause I ain't gonna lie. If I'm Skip, bro, I feel some type of way.
What Stephen A. say?
It's not even just that, bro. It's just that Skip, respectfully, Skip has also really carried the sports analyst space, like him or not, in regards to First Take. He was the creator of that. He brought Stephen A. on. Yeah. You know, Stephen A. really blew up and rightfully so.
And he's giving Skip his credit for sure, all the time.
And he's taking the reign. But I go to somewhere else. Then later down the line, you know, that don't work out. Now you got the best of the best. Now you recruiting him as soon as he leave.
But to Skip Bayless' credit, he might do the same thing with Sherman. You might have to look at him like the Dr. Dre of this sports analyst thing. I mean, because think of all the guys Dr. Dre put on. Think of all the guys Skip Bayless put on.
That's what I'm saying. You know, we like him or not, I do give him in that respect. But I do feel like Shannon and Stephen A. is going to be one for the ages. That's going to be one for the ages because it's a mano, and then you got both alpha males, and you got somebody that's across from you, Stephen A., that knows really what he's talking about.
Yeah. Definitely gonna do his homework.
So what you saying? He did his homework on all different.
Stephen A. brought us some enlightening points on Paul George's podcast that people don't really consider. It's like, and Kendrick Perkins added to it. It's like, man, sometimes we have to say things because our editors want us to say, or our producers want us to say them. Like we don't even feel that way, but we say them because our producers say we want you to say that. For talking points, like I never thought of it like that. Sometimes you have to say, but also you say certain things. You don't even mean what you're saying.
But I don't like that too. You
devil's advocating it.
Yeah, but I don't like that too as well too because when it becomes too much of a production, then it doesn't become genuine. And I feel like that's what was happening with First Take. As far as like they unfired everybody, bro. They got everybody out of there, and you know that was really. Everybody, bro. You fired Keyshawn. You fired bro.
Max.
They fired Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
They fired Mike Jackson.
I'm a hate that. And I love Doc, but Doris Burke and Doc Rivers next to Mike Breen.
Come on now.
That's about to blow me.
You see the play, bro.
That's about to blow me.
You see the play.
That's really about to blow me. Like, and I love Doc. You know, Doc's forever my coach because he won a championship for the
Once I seen them get Max out of here, I said everybody. I said everybody.
Stephen A. said his job was on the block.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe that, but
I feel like he run the shots now. He's the gatekeeper.
But the reason why I at the same time I could believe it because even he is expressed. He said, "Listen, there are people at ESPN who get paid more than me, who shouldn't, but they do."
Oh, I believe that. Because
to be honest, nobody who's on TV should be getting paid at ESPN. Not even ESPN. Period. Nobody who gets paid to talk about sports should be getting paid more than Stephen A.
Nah,
I'm sorry. He's just the most exciting guy.
He is.
He has been, even with a guy like Shannon Sharpe. Like, nobody who's on TV talking about sports should be making more than Stephen A.
He's created a whole aura.
Yeah,
like, he created a way from himself.
That's Stephen A. Smith, man.
You're right, and he's been dominated for a good while now.
Freaking Mike Breen and Doris Burke announced it. You know who I did wish had their show all year round?
Who?
The NBA on TNT.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Them jokers are hilarious. They're not.
Honestly, right, about to say, bro, I feel like nobody has surpassed them. I feel like for a second was undisputed just because Shannon was just so entertaining, but it never. Come on now,
I couldn't stay undisputed at time because they made everything about LeBron. It was just like, okay,
right, correct, and that's why. But that's why also Shannon didn't like it because all the creative control went to Skip.
Yeah,
and with TNT. It's just authentic. It's just real.
Bro, them dudes are funny.
They really genuinely.
They're hilarious, bro.
They brothers, bro.
Like they are hilarious. Like I could watch them. I could watch them all day. Like I could really watch them. Like just from Shaq falling into the tree to them racing Kenny to the screen.
Yeah, bro. Come on.
To them pouring ducks on Chuck. Like
they got the best.
They got the best. They got the best sports show hands down. I'm sorry. Like, I hate the fact that they should do the finals at least. Mm-hmm. Like, I hate when the NBA finals come on, we gotta go to ABC and we get no longer. Yeah. They should do the finals.
And the ratings would be crazy.
At least. If we can't get them all year round, we should at least get them on they should at least be able to do the finals. I'm sorry.
I
think that's a good money play.
I don't know why they do that, the cutoff with that.
Cause it's on ABC and they work for TNT.
Yeah, of course.
But I think ABC should cut a check. Like, listen, cut them a check. I don't know. Yeah. It's some politics.
Yeah, you know that when we get the politic, it really get the politic.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so y'all let us know who came out the best within that trade. All right, for real.
Let us know what you think about Noah Lyles' comments as well, cause like I'm still lost on that one.
I don't even know.
I couldn't even believe, bro. I was like, wait, what?
I just wanted the moments, bro. Like that's why I said corny is corny, bro. Like that's what I
was like. Why are we even talking about this?
Corny is corny. Most definitely, I feel like that.
So romance.
Yeah, let's talk about
that's on here.
Let's discuss it. All right. Hey, this for our ladies. This for our ladies out there as well too. All right, we want y'all to interact and respond, and don't lie. Okay, don't lie. Don't lie to yourselves. Is cheating okay?
Front.
Is cheating okay? In any type of aspect, is it okay?
Nah.
And what is considered or should be considered cheating? I know everybody is different in how they view things.
I really do feel like cheating should be one definition. Anything you wouldn't want your partner to see or know about, I feel like it's cheating.
Or to do to you.
Yeah, because I feel like that definition keeps it vague enough that you can still have your boundaries with it. Because there are some couples who are like, have an open relationship. Mm-hmm. So, like again, that still fits with that mold. As long as it's not something that you wouldn't want your partner to know about, then you good.
I agree.
You know, and some people are polyamorous for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't support it. I'm not gonna judge, but that's not for me.
Right.
But like again, like cheating is whatever you don't want your partner to know about, see, hear, whatever. I
agree.
I'm just on the side of no, because it's just like, why hurt somebody, man?
No, absolutely not.
Because it's like, why do that? Like I know guys like that. I know guys who got girls and cheat anyway. I be like, bro, just be single. Like, why do that to somebody? Why? Nobody's feelings has to get hurt. Why do that to somebody?
Right. You're absolutely right. And when you look back on it, and I feel like, bro, in the world, I feel like everybody has, not everybody, but I feel like the majority of the world has been cheated on in some type of aspect. And what I do think is that I don't think once a cheater, always a cheater. I think also learning from your mistakes is very key. And these experiences that you take within life and understanding what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people cheat because they feel like they can get away with it with their partner not being, you know what I'm saying? As, how can I say it? Just their partner not being, like you said about the poly stuff, just like not really caring, but so much is regards to like what you do. But the cheating aspect, bro, I can't Can't.
I think
and I feel like it's more of a deal breaker. And that's one thing we want to talk about, bro. I feel like it's way more of a deal breaker for a man than it is for a woman. I'm gonna come out there and say I'm just being honest.
Men are like that.
Come on, now.
I don't know why.
Come on now.
Men are like that. Like men will accept everything except like if they find out you gave another dude like oral.
Yep.
They lose their freaking mind.
Lose their mind. You know what I'm saying? You done did all the dirt in the world. You done did everything. She done stayed for the last 3, 4, 5 times, bro. You done did all this stuff.
I don't know why men like that. I'm not like that, but like I don't know why men like that.
As soon as you catch, look here. It's a problem. It's a problem. That's where you gotta look in the mirror and look at yourself and understand.
Yo, you remember
what you doing?
You remember what Jay-Z said? He's gotten older and said the song was toxic. You know, song cry. The song cry. Word back home. You got a special friend. You had given away without getting at me. Right. How you just gonna get up and leave me just like that? I'm a man with pride. You don't do that. Like, he's crazy.
And whole time
he said, I was just helping them girls. I was gonna get right. Nah.
Right. And whole time,
he was crazy.
Whole time you out here cheating.
He was crazy for that. He said, I was just smashing them girls. I was gonna get right. He was appalled. Shorty moved on with her life.
That's our problem. That's right there. That is our problem. That
he couldn't believe it.
Bro, that ego can kill everything and destroy everything.
Bro, the way he made Shorty the villain in that whole third verse was crazy. He was crazy.
And dang, you make me think of the lyrics now, for real.
Yeah, like think about the lyrics.
He was gaslighting, bro.
He said, word back home, you had a special friend. So what was so special then? You had given away without getting at me.
Gaslighting.
He was like, how you gonna go away what we had just like that? You don't just pick up and leave me sick like that. Mm-hmm. I'm a man with pride. You don't do like that. Mm-hmm. I was just effing them girls. I was gonna get right back. I was like, yo, like that was that. You was spitting. I was like, that's crazy.
That was bars. It is crazy. And even when watching this HBO Max, the winning time with the Lakers with Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't seen that yet.
Bro, that was an amazing show, actually. An amazing show, bro. You got to watch that. Winning Time, Magic Johnson.
It's probably because I'm a Celtics fan, so I hate the Lakers.
I only said that because it was just like Magic out here having a time. And he's like looking back at his like first sweetheart, first love, and just like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you know you still want me, da. But that man done cheated 1,000, 100 times. And now you blaming her for moving on. Feel me? Like I think it's with a man. It's just ego.
It's an ego thing from men.
It's ego.
I think the other thing cheating happens is I think and no one wants to admit this. But, you know, I'm gonna say I think people are just horny. Honestly, I think people are just horny, and I think people are horny, and I think people they get themselves in a space where, you know, it's routine. It's like because like dating and sleeping around are not biblical. Like literally, like courting is biblical, but dating and sleeping around aren't. And so, like, the reason why it's difficult and the divorce rate is high is because when you're dating, it's just easier to break something off and move on to the next thing. The second you find something you don't like in that person, and you can just and then move on.
Correct.
And then you get to marriage, and you expect, you know, it's like for some reason you expect it to switch. But no, in marriage there are still going to be some things in your partner you don't like. But in marriage, you're not supposed to just be able to just. But since you've created that pattern of just breaking it off and moving on, that's why divorce is so high, because you've created this routine. It's the same thing with like being horny or being lustful. Like if you're somebody who sleeps around and like a player lifestyle, then when you get a girlfriend, you're still going you're not going to just turn that off.
Correct.
You're used to being able to do whatever you want, who you want, and now you can't. And it's like, you know, you still want to do that.
And then when sometimes a person can't do something, it urges them to want to do it.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying? I have no clue why that is.
Yo, I was watching Too Hot to Handle. I don't know why. Like, I've only seen 2 seasons of that show.
I've seen the show.
I've seen season 1, and then I saw this one clip of season 5 this past season. I was like, nah, I'm gonna watch this one. The other ones, I was like, whatever. The reason I don't watch it because Netflix they have a pretty clear design for what they think beauty is. And I don't like that.
Talk about it.
I'm like, why is everybody tall and skinny? And I was like, there's not a lot of melanin here. But it's like, why? Like you know, curvy girls are beautiful too. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, that's my thing. Big girls are beautiful too. Like, why does everyone have that? That was my thing. I was like, there's clearly a standard they have for
sure
beauty. So that was why I didn't really watch a lot.
And then also like what you're saying with these type of shows, promoting more so lust and faking it like it's a love. But when this show is for lust and it's for entertainment.
Because I'm watching this, so I'm like, bro, there's no way y'all are this horny. Like, dude cried when Shorty. Dude
Crazy,
cried when Shorty said like, "There's no relations." I was like, bro, it's not like you about to get a bag. It's not this deep. It shouldn't be this deep.
Is it too hot to handle the show? I'm just standing for correction. Is like you can't have physical touch.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't kiss.
Yes, you can't kiss.
Yes. Masturbate, sex.
None of that stuff.
None of that. But I'm like, bro, the bag is on the like. It shouldn't be that deep for the back for $200K.
It shows you how
for $200K. I'm like,
be geeking off of lust. People be geeking.
And
off
I get it, like you know what I'm saying. If there's a beautiful woman in front of you or a man you find attractive, I get it, and you want to find deeper and meaningful connections. I get it, but it's just like, bro, like you got to get the bag. Like we're dividing this bag, like $200K. Well, I think we're dividing it, but like, or you could win it at the end. It's like, I'm sorry, like. One of them dudes, what's his name? Louis broke the rule. Louis broke the rule like 5 times. I'd have shot him in his foot. I'd have shot him in his foot. You gotta go home.
You remember
bro.
they was all getting mad at him, bro. You remember that time that they trusted him. You remember they trusted him and they all voted like, okay, if they go.
He didn't fold though.
Yeah,
Shorty was on,
and it's crazy. Yeah, she
was blowing me. I was like, what are you doing?
Me with Moses, I'd be like, bro, that's it, bro. That was it. And it's crazy because. After that, I was like, it's no way, and then come to find out they didn't. But it's just like you edging it on like that as well too, bro. Come on, bro.
When she did the banana thing, I got up and walked out my room. I was like, nah, there's no way.
OC, bro.
Like you're doing too much. Like we have a mission. We have to accomplish the mission. I'd have shot him in this foot. You know how when you're a soldier and you get injured, you gotta go home. I'd have shot him in this foot. You can't stay here now, bro.
Yeah, nah.
You costing us money, like, bro.
And then in that episode, bro, in that season, they lost like 100,000.
But they lost 100K.
They lost 100,000.
They lost 100K.
And for some reason, I'm thinking it's a show. They gonna get that money back, bro. They was like, no, bro. Y'all. Like,
some of it they got back. That was by grace, but it was just like
by grace because they was like 70, 75. I remember that season too.
Then he sat down with other shorty and felt her breast. I'm like, bro. Come on, fool. You gotta have some more self-control than this, bro. That's like I'm saying. Like other people's feelings are involved, bro. Like there's gotta be more self-control.
In regards to the cheating topic, like you said, it's really just about self-control.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And I'm not gonna say act like self-control is not a difficult thing. Everybody, you know,
has a choice.
But it's just like, man, like, but some people just are habitual. Like they don't care. Like they do it as long as they don't get caught. They cool. But long story short, nah, man. Like. I don't think cheating is cool. Like people take that to heart. People take that to heart,
as they should,
and they get depressed off of it. And it's just like, I just don't see the point. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see the point. Trust me, I understand. Like if somebody's applying pressure, like listen, that's why the Bible says flee from youthful lust. Like it's not joking. Like run, like get away. Like because men aren't Superman. Like if a woman gets in front of you and gets naked, like and you stick around. Then
if that's a choice.
That's going to happen. You are going to fall for that. That's why That's why it tells you to flee, like run, like get out of there. Like the story of Joseph, like the Pharaoh's wife was trying to sleep with him, like the Pharaoh's wife. She's queen, like Potiphar's wife, and he's like, no, like my master's giving me this job. I'm good. And so she grabbed him trying to lay with him, bro. He ran away butt naked. Like he took off his robe when she grabbed him. He ran he got up out of there, bro.
He
flee. Now, granted, she still lied on him. He got him thrown in jail anyway. But it's like great. Like, listen, it would have been worse had he actually did it. Like, you know, because God would have been on his side at that point. Like, yeah, but like he got up out of there, man. You got to get up out of there. So I get it, but like for the folks who just do it to just be like. And just I don't get it. I don't want to judge nobody, but it's just like.
And then also just about learning from your experience, because I'm not gonna be on this pod being hypocritical. Have I before? Yes, I have. But it's about learning from the mistakes.
Yeah, learning from people change.
Learning from those mistakes, understanding those experiences, moving forward. And I've had it done to me. Yeah. But also it's like you just said. It's just not a good feeling. And just this also you got to think about the other party, and I feel like that's not a conscious decision when you do it. It's a lustful decision.
The biggest thing I've learned, because I've never cheated, and I haven't had it done to me. Lord willing, that won't happen. But I think the biggest thing I've learned is just from just watching, like how people react when it happens to them. Like I've seen like with you, and I've seen it with our other friends, my other friends, and just like man, like I've seen it with my sister, and what she felt like, what she looked like. I was like, man, I don't want to do that to somebody.
Right.
I don't want it done to me, but if I can control not doing it to somebody, I don't want to do it. And I think the biggest thing with my dad was like, man, I love your mother, and that's why I don't cheat. But the biggest reason why I don't cheat, other than I love her, is I don't want to lose the respect of my kids. I don't want my, and that hit home. I was like, I don't want my kids to look at me differently.
Yeah,
and that's what hit home when I was listening to Jay-Z's song about when he, you know, when he cheated on Beyonce. You could just hear it in his voice, like, man, like, I really messed up. But that last verse, we talked about if my children knew,
right?
I don't even know what I would do if they didn't look at me the same. I would probably die with all the same. It's like, man, like that hits different when your kids look at you different.
That's facts.
Like my dad was like, man, I do not want you to lose the respect of my kids. I just couldn't. I just can't do that. And I think, man, you think about it like that. Some people don't have kids, but it's just like, man, you still think about it like.
And I feel like that's
other people's feelings are involved.
A part of growing up and having an understanding of how that impacts everybody.
Facts, bro.
Everybody in that situation, for real.
What's this other thing you got?
Let me talk to you.
Oh, hold on.
Because this is a good one. I know we're gonna get all right, controversial one right here, in my opinion.
Okay.
All right, would you rather live in the Harry Potter universe or the Star Wars universe? Don't start with me, Hugh.
I'd rather be in Harry Potter universe.
Come on now, cut it out.
I would rather
than Star Wars.
I think it's the danger thing for me. I don't know.
Star Wars.
I don't know.
The danger thing. They doing witchcraft in Harry Potter. They flying. Doing.
You're right. I would much. All right. With that in mind, I would much rather wield a lightsaber in the Force and do all the other cool stuff.
Lightsaber. Bro.
I would much rather have a lightsaber. There are people who know how to do that in real life. Like I've seen them. They know how to like fight. I'd be like, that's like
with the lightsaber, bro.
They be in the streets with it too. They be going crazy.
Star Wars is like the one.
I don't know. The Wizard World's y'all lit though.
No, honestly, it's lit. Don't get me wrong. But it just the only thing that bugs me about Harry Potter always when I look back, it kind of scared me, bro. I'm like, dang, they was really like doing like witchcraft, certain things, and when you kind of look into really what Harry Potter is and the foundation of the story, a great story, amazing story, an amazing movie, but it's still like witchcraft. It's a lot of things like underlining things that's being talked about within the storyline.
Yeah, well, Harry Potter was like, I feel like every person should still see Harry Potter the series like at least once. Because our man Deshaun, he recently has just watched all them joints. And he loved us to listen. You gotta. I feel like I'm not. There are people who are super fans of both. There are cult followers for both of these movies. Like my mother's a Harry Potter fanatic. Like my dad took her to the new Universal Studios Harry Potter place when they came out. He took her down there. She loved it. She's seen it all of them a million times. So I'm not one of them, but I've seen all of them mostly because of her. But like, I feel like you have to have seen all of them at least once. I feel like all the great series you have to see them all at least once. Like Harry Potter, you got to see at least once. I haven't followed any of the recent Star Wars, but I saw the original trilogy.
And come on, man.
So you got to see that at least once.
These kids don't know about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
bro.
Lord of the Rings. You got to watch Lord of the Rings at least once. At least once. I'm not saying you got to get into The Hobbit or none of that. I didn't watch The Hobbit, which is like before Lord of the Rings, even though it came out after. But Lord of the Rings, the first three, you at least gotta watch Lord of the Rings.
At least the first three, bro.
The last one is so ill, and they have the giant war at the end, and then they win, and then they gotta have the second war. And my man, I forgot he became king at the end. My man looked at the camera, and he was like, he looked back at everybody, he said, "For Frodo." And I was like, that was so cool. And they went in and fought everybody. I was like, yo.
And Lord of the Rings was before its time. It was before Game of Thrones, bro.
It was before all of that, bro. Lord of the Rings was like
Lord of the Rings,
early 2000s, bro.
One
like,
of them, bro.
Lord of the Rings. You gotta watch Lord of the Rings. You have to watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep, that's another good one. That's
like
a real good one.
Like at least the first three. The fourth and fifth one, whatever.
And
there's another one coming out cool
with movies and books. Now,
yeah, but the first three, at least you gotta watch the first. I might watch the first two when I get home today. But like, yeah, you got. So I feel like there are certain series. I didn't watch Twilight. I'm not going to. It should be on someone's list. I didn't do it. I saw the second one. I was like,
Twilight was alright. One through 10.
I got a hot take.
About 7 or 8.
I got a hot take. I don't think men actually like Twilight. I think men only went to go see Twilight because all the girls like Twilight. Because it came out when we were in high school.
Yeah, it did.
So that was a move. Like you take a girl to see Twilight. I don't think guys actually like Twilight. I think they went to go see Twilight because women like Twilight.
To your point, at first I didn't like Twilight at all. Like it caught up to me way later in life. Like I didn't like Twilight at all.
I just couldn't get with the
Twilight was alright.
I couldn't get with the frilliness of the way they made vampires look. Cause it was like, bro, like his like vampires are supposed to burn and explode in sunlight. This dude sparkles, and they kept hiding that from people because he was like, "This is the skin of a monster." I'm like, bro, you're literally glowing. Like, yes, if I saw you in public, that would be weird.
Right, correct.
But like, this is supposed to be like life or death.
It's not It's not a depiction.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like that. I'm like, you're trying to convince me this is like an issue. Like, you're glowing. Like, I would find that weird if I saw you, but like.
To your point, Twilight was more intertwined with the two main characters.
And I didn't like the girl.
Main characters, and really the girl.
What's her name? Kristen Stewart. I don't think she's a good actress.
You feel me?
I didn't like her. She was very dry. I didn't like her.
You ain't really like.
No, I didn't. I wasn't a fan of her. I just couldn't do it.
I like that. To what you're saying. To your point, I felt like what really made Twilight was the two. The two male characters.
Was it Taylor Lautner and Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, they really kind of made the movie what it was.
Yeah, people were going through that Team Taylor, team.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Robert
to your
phase.
point. To your point, that was.
It just wasn't for me. But yes, I'll pick Star Wars. Star Wars is lit. You get to fly, move things with your objects.
Star Wars is lit, and I know that's a different time. Star Trek and stuff like that. I was never into that. Star Wars.
I was into it a little bit. Like
Star Wars, just man, it just hit different, man. Come on, Yoda.
There's some folks out there that's like. I heard the Mandalorian is really good though, and they got the new Star Wars show out right now. I heard that's really good, but like it's just not.
And it's hard to keep up. Like I like the original. First three.
It's a cult following out there. They got a whole day and all that. They got a whole day out there.
Yeah, for sure. So, bro, what I want to ask you, and it kind of tailors into what we were talking about with Sha'Carri Richardson and her having haters. You feel me like that? But my question to you is it important to have haters just as much as friends?
I don't know if it's important to have haters, but it's definitely good to have them.
It's good to have them.
Kobe said they only hate the great ones.
I think it's important because just what you said. They only hate the great ones. They only hate to envy. I feel like hate and envy go hand in hand.
So, like, if you got them, that means you're doing something well, doing something right?
Yeah, for sure. You're doing something right. You're definitely, for sure.
It's definitely more important to have friends. I don't know if I say it's important to have haters, but it's definitely a good problem to have, unless you know you're doing something right.
Correct. I do think it's more important to have friends because you want to have more friends than haters just because you want to know a lot of people in your corner. But that's why I keep my circle very close-knit, bro, because haters really can be, you know what I'm saying, in turn, like friends can turn into haters and that can become your worst enemy. That's why they always say keep them closer because
what 50 Cent said, he said, here's a jewel, love your enemies and hate your friends. Your enemies remain the same, your friends always change.
That's true.
I don't know if that's agree, but that was cold. That was a cold bar. I was like, that was.
It's true in some aspects.
Yeah,
because
that was a cold bar.
Because in actuality, when you think about it, you know what I'm saying, like, us as friends, we call each other brothers. Like we don't call each other like just friends. We have like a brotherhood. But in a lot of aspects, when you really think about it, it's a lot of friends of ours that became just associates, or you really just don't talk to them.
Yeah, just like time does that to people.
Yeah, time definitely does that.
I feel like God has done a good job of weeding people in and out of my life, like naturally, like
exactly.
Seamlessly. It just happened. Some of it was like, why'd that have to happen? But it's like some of it is just like. And he's brought people back into my life who weren't in my life, and they're still there. And it's just like, okay, So I feel like God has done a good job of that. Even within my business, I got folks who join my team, and then they don't join. They're not a part of my team anymore. But I got folks who have been there from day one who are still with me. So it's like he's done a good job of like weeding folks out. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know if I say it's important, but it's definitely a good problem to have. Like
it's a good problem to have, bro. Like, but because I don't always want to feel. This may sound weird, but just generally, but I don't want to always feel just love. Yeah. As far as you know, what I'm saying.
Some people need it. Because some people need it.
I'm only saying that just because you have a lot of fake love out here too. Yeah. That just people just show love just because. You feel me? Like, or just I don't know, just off of weird type of sarcasm or a weird type of, you know what I'm saying, like an aura about it. You feel me? Like I don't know. I just feel like it's very important to keep haters, you know what I'm saying? Hate, of course, you don't want them just blatantly in your life, but you really need them. Like that's
some people need it. Though.
People fueled by that.
Need it. Yeah. Again, when 50 said, "I need you. I need you to hate me, so I can use it for energy."
That's why Mike used to. Mike used to just lie to himself before the game.
Bro, Mike's sick.
He did this.
Sick.
He a lying, bro.
He would lie.
He ain't do that.
He would lie and say people said this about him.
Over time, he make me question the flu game, bro. Yeah, I know that might really happen, but he exaggerated the truth. You know he exaggerated the truth.
Fool. Who else said Kobe was like that? Kobe needed it. LeBron needed it. He's like, I need to find this that one LeBron hater.
You remember Kobe, bro, went right up to Paul, U.S. game. You know what I'm saying? It's time. I know you seen the Joe on Netflix. It's time. Ran right through his chest. You know what I'm saying? He needed it. Some people just need that
just
fuel.
to set the tone.
Just to set
like, listen,
the tone,
hey,
bro.
this is my teammate and my brother. I came here to win.
Right, for sure.
Watch, I'm gonna run right through this dude to let you know what type of time. His teammates, cause they didn't believe him. They was like,
they ain't believe that.
He did that to his teammates. It's like, oh no, we about to whoop these boys.
Cause some people.
If that's the time when we on, he visited him the day before, bro.
And they brothers.
Yeah, like genuinely, he visited him the day before. Like I love Powell, but it's like it's time to win this goal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, first play of the day, I'm running right through him. Just to let you know what type of time we on.
I feel like that's something I like wish I had as far as like just that type of demeanor.
Yeah.
Just like
I wish I had
a certain type of edge. I don't even know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying? We all different, of course.
Yeah.
But I definitely wish I had like that certain type of turn. What?
Like, but certain things,
a certain level of competition.
For certain things, I do that for. Like, if I was playing football and I was running the
that's
ball, my mom
said,
was trying to come down here, I'd put my mom on it.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
would sure run through my mom.
That's for sure.
That's just how I run the ball as a running. That's just how I run the ball.
Correct.
So it's like, yeah, I'm competitive in that aspect. Like, I don't care who you are. If you're in front of me, you trying to hit me, like I'm trying to run you over.
Sure.
I don't care if you're my mama, my grandmama, God rest her soul, and that's who I am.
No limits, bro. No limits.
But man, this is a good episode, man.
Amazing episode, bro. Amazing episode, man. And we in the new space, man. Hey, like we said, change up. There's more to come. All right, more to come. Make sure you continue to just support, man. We really love you guys, man. I really love you guys. I'm nothing without my brother right here, man. I'm nothing without you guys. So just make sure you tap in. Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We is here, bro. We are here, man.
Yes, sir.
Another amazing one, bro. You already know, bro.